Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you Wednesday, October the 7th, the year's 2020. Let's talk trading. I want out. I know that we've all been in those trades where we're screaming, I want out, but just so you all know, these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. And I have Walmall on the line. Hey, Walmall, do you want out?
Well, I'm out, so I don't want out. But yeah, there are times when you want out. I mean, like even today, I was in a couple of trades, and I was in that trade I think for like an hour and 35 minutes, getting worn down. Wore down. But and so I think there are that title that you've come up today. I want out. It could be talked about from several different directions. I want out because I've been in the trade so long. I'm tired, bitch. Give me the money.
Yeah, because because you were in. What happened was, let the traders know, we were both in a short on the pound, and I had gotten out with about a pip on I don't know how many positions because we're trying this new method where we're building positions, and but Walmall missed the exit. And then he was stuck, and then I got in and I got stuck again. but it, but the but the thing is, the whole thing about the I want out is that it's a feeling, and you feel it in your body. It might be in your stomach, it might be in your chest and your neck and your shoulders, or you're antsy. And you just have this feeling of like you want out, and you have to overcome that, because what'll happen is you will make decisions based on those feelings and emotions rather than doing what would be in your best interest as a trader, because you might get out with a 1 pip profit and you might leave 10 or more on the table, but you just wanted that feeling to end as opposed to focusing on the trade, which gets back into yesterday about, lot size versus focus. And well, I know Walmart has a story to tell about that today.
Yeah, I mean, I won't go and say how many lots I had, but I had a lot of lots on the line. And so I've got to the point where actually price, I was looking for a short, and I was in the short position, but price moved against me, and I was underwater pretty badly, and price came back. And here's the thing: the I want out, it actually came all the way back down, almost to my entry. Okay, and the only thing that it didn't cover was the actual cost of my commissions, and it was like, I want out, and I'm thinking about, do I press the button? I held off on pressing the button, and guess what price did? It reversed on me, and all that went away. In fact, I went to a position that was even more negative than the first, but I was still pretty confident in the trade, and so I stuck to it, and price ran all the way back down again, and guess what it did the second time? But all the way down where I covered everything but commission. Now you'd think, okay, man, I'm going to go slam that button and get out, right? But again, I want out, and that's what my body's saying. But before I could press the button, I literally had my finger on the button. Price reversed on me, ran all the way back up again. And it's like, okay. So I went and took that, and I'm sitting here. Now I'm an hour into the trade. I just want out of this. This is just too much pain for too much time, and because both those things run against you. It's not just the price running against you that causes you some pain, but it's also the amount of time, because you're sitting here, you're focused, you're concentrating, you're paying attention to what's going on the charts for a long period of time. Your brain starts to hurt. At least mine does. I start getting a headache. It's like, oh man, I just got to get out of this. I got to get out. I think about that old Christmas song. All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. All I want from this day is to get out of this trade.
Yeah, all I want is 2 more pips.
Yeah, exactly. All I want. That's all I want. Come on, market, give it to me. And luckily for me, it did give me those pips, and I was able to get out with a pretty nice profit. But
oh no, I got the trade up. I've got the trade up, Walmart. No, you got out with a really nice profit because this sucker dropped about 40 pips in the blink of an eye, and you were there.
It did, and I was there, and I was in it. But and and the thing is, that's part of trading. Could have gone the other way on me. No, absolutely could have gone the other way on me. But the thing is, my rules were in place. I wasn't going to get, slaughtered. Take the chance. Okay, I'm in it. You're in for a penny, in for a pound, right? As the expression goes, and that's kind of where I was at. I wasn't going to lose more than I was willing to go and lose, so I'm okay. It's that thing. At the end of the day, if I would have taken a loss, I would have taken a loss, but it wouldn't have wiped out my account. I would have been in good shape, and and on the plus side was because I did stick to it rather. I was able to get out where the market made sense for me to get out, where I came out with a nice profit.
Yeah, he was smiling all the way to the bank. But what was really funny is I think I alluded to you guys either last Friday or something or earlier this week that we've been working on a new method. And right here on this candle, Walmall says, hey, you know what? You could go long. And I said, no, we said we were going to wait for a 3-ball. And then all of a sudden it dropped down here and he goes, hey, you just got your 3-ball. Well, here, I need to put that on, switch this over to 1 minute so you can really see what we were talking about. Because, see, it was right here. We're looking to go long at the break of this high, but there wasn't a 3-ball here. So I said, no, I'm not taking that trade. And it was like, oh, it was a good thing I didn't. And that's part of sticking to your plan. It's
that's exactly right. We've talked about this, forever and ever, but the reality is you got to stick to your trading plan, stick to it, stick to your methodology, stick to your exit, stick to your, your risk management, and stick to your money management because, I know a couple of weeks ago there was some people saying, like even with the Walmart method, you're going to take some losses. Yep, you'll take some losses. But here's the thing also. You get some nice big wins sometimes too. And that more than covers your losses.
Yeah, and the thing about, sticking to a plan, as Mike Tyson would say, everybody has a plan when they step into the ring until they get punched in the face for the first time,
Exactly.
So, so in trading, what that means is you have to be in the moment, trade in the moment, trade what you see. And if something, you don't really have some of these moves in your plan, it's like, okay, if you have your exit in place, your stop loss in place, that, but sometimes things will move. It's like you might want to make 10 pips on the trade, but based on what you see, it moves up, you're up 2 pips, it stalls, maybe you see a 1-ball there. And it's like, for me, it's like, I'm out. But if it keeps going, it's like, oh, well. But you really have to trade in the moment, and the hindsight just isn't working. You can beat yourself up and have some of those things we talk about, the Rogo, the Romo, and all of that other stuff, but that'll just kill you. Right here.
And it messes you up because the thing is, you get into those things. If you get regret of getting out, then what that does is you really have that Rogo. What's going to happen is you're going to jump into the next trade because there's still a move here. There's still a move here. I'm going to jump in. And meanwhile, you don't really even have a signal. You violated your method. You violated your trading plan. Or if you have Romo, then you do the same thing. You missed out. You'll do the same thing. And or the other thing that'll happen is you have all those things playing against you. And the next thing you're going to start doing revenge trades. So you can get into that really, really bad, habit of doing that. And you got to be careful. And I think you can go and attest to this. When I was in that trade and I was underwater, and you knew how badly I was underwater. I don't know. I don't think my voice changed all that much. I don't think I really voiced that much concern to you, did I?
No, you were just real quiet. You were focused. And then the other thing, and the thing is, I created a monster. He's like, I'm short. He's just stacking on the trade. It's like...
Yeah. And the thing is, I wasn't violating my plan. I wasn't violating my money management. I wasn't violating my plan. And I was getting valid signals. There we go. And that's the thing. I did not violate anything. And Yeah, I was serious, no question about it. I was definitely very serious, but I wasn't worried because the number one rule that didn't get violated is I was not beyond what I was willing to go and lose. I was willing to, if I would have lost all those trades, and would have hit my stop on all those trades, I would have been happy, but at the same time, it wouldn't have stopped me trading. It wouldn't end my trading career, and it certainly wouldn't have even ended my trading for the day. So that's okay. That's the way you need to be, and you need to go and put those things in there so that instead of fighting, I want out, you're now sitting there with, I want out because I want to profit, or I want out because I need to move on. But you're not sitting there, I want out because I'm now sitting there, and if I don't get out with some type of a profit here, or at least I'm moving my direction, my trading career comes to an end.
Yeah, that's really important, and that's why we have the risk management in place, so you don't lose any more on a trade than you're willing to lose. That's just so important. And the main thing is with the I want out is recognize it. In other words, we're all going to feel it, but we don't have to act on it. That's the big thing. You can feel it, you can get through it. And just know that it's like that's your mind messing with you, and you just have to say, no, yeah, I want out, but what I see on the chart's not telling me to get out. Because there's nothing, you can have, like a McGilla trade, and you can have that 1 pip profit, and because maybe you just experience, a 7 pip drawdown or something on a McGilla trade, and that's a lot of money, but then all of a sudden you're up, and it would feel so good to, put $100 or more in your pocket just like that. But if there's more to be made, even though you don't know it at the time, if you're not getting a signal that says get out, then stay in. It's almost like if you don't have, as the mighty one would say, if you're not willing to add to your position at this point, then you should be out. And if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense.
It absolutely makes sense because, the reality is, should you really be going, should I still be in this trade based on what's happening right now? Now, the thing is, the reason I got into the trade is inconsequential. I'm in the trade now. I'm in the trade. Okay? I got into the trade because of X, Y, and Z. You know what? X, Y, and Z don't matter anymore. Now the question is, right now, does it make sense to still be in this trade? That's what makes the difference of I want out and you get out, and I want out, and nope, I'm sticking to my plan, and I'm going to take it all the way to the end.
Exactly. In fact, I was just looking at the chart here, and I noticed there was a trigger right here. And once again, had I entered that trade, I probably made 2 pips. And then if I hadn't taken it, it would have reversed on me. And that's just one thing you have to realize is that in some of these methods, those reversals can happen, in a blink of an eye.
They happen quick, And so like with the method we're playing with right now, it's the type of thing where take your pip, take your 2 pips, and as soon as you see it, as long as it's going in your direction, keep it going. That's fine. But the moment you see that, price is turning on you, it's time to go and, take your money off the table.
Hey, did you just take that trade?
No, I did not.
Okay. No, because when we started trading this morning, it was funny. We both took a trade, and then Walmart jumped in a second trade, and within about 15 minutes, you'd already made core for the day.
Yeah, this morning was a great day because the market was moving, and the nice thing about the way the market was moving this morning, I love days like today where it was moving, but it was moving in a nice, steady fashion. It wasn't, jumping up 5 and then jumping down 7 and jumping up 5 and jumping down 7. It wasn't doing any of that, all within the matter of a second or two. It was doing that, but it was doing it across minutes as opposed to seconds.
Yeah, so traders, I just want you to know that the fastest 15 minutes in trading is over. So, I want out. Because remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. And if you're new here, welcome aboard and click subscribe. This is TheRumpledOne, over and out.